this is not a manuscript that's ready for like critique partners yet. Oh my god, I'm so tired. And my car is broken. My car is very broken. I actually caught myself starting to fall asleep in the middle of a sprint, and that was bad. I'm just over here like, what am I doing? Hey guys, what's up? So, this is gonna be the longest writing vlog I've ever done, because hopefully, by the end of this vlog, I will have written a lot of words. So today is January 31st, and I am about to be miserable for a month straight. So in case you guys missed it, I recently killed my external hard drive. Long story short, cannot retrieve anything on that external hard drive, including my novel. If you want to know the full details, watch the video. It'll be linked up in the cards as well as in the description. So I did find 30,000 words of my novel Sick and Twisted on Google Docs, which is awesome. Unfortunately, I lost more than half my manuscript. Also, unfortunately, at the end of February, I'm going to this thing called Winter Story Summit, where I am getting to do a bunch of workshops and go to keynote addresses and working with industry professionals, and getting to like have them look at my work. And now I have nothing to show them except 30,000 words of a very rough draft. So today, luckily before the hard drive was wiped out, I actually went ahead and outlined my entire book again. And by outlined again, I mean I had taken, like I read through the book and I wrote all the scenes. So this is well, those are the scenes I wanted to add. But I basically made an outline of my book as I was reading it. So now that the book is deleted, I still have the outline because good old paper doesn't fail me. Today I'm just gonna flip through the pages, go to Google Docs, find out where I left off, and then kind of re-outline as needed. So I've got Save the Cat to make sure that my beats are on point. And then tomorrow is my first of many 10K days this month. The goal is, I think, to write 62,000 words this month. 50,000 of those words are for Sick and Twisted, while the other 12,000 or so is for a different project. I also have another project I'm working on in February, so there's that. Basically, I'm gonna be miserable this month, and I figured why not record it. So today's the last day of January, so we're gonna do some writing prep. I was panicking because I couldn't find the outline of the scenes in this notebook, and I was like flipping through every page. I'm like, oh my god, I could have sworn I remember writing stuff down. And then I remembered that I had initially started to write my notes in a different notebook. And because I'm a weird organization freak, I ripped the pages out of said notebook, stapled them, and put them in the little folder area at the back of this notebook. So long story short, this is my outline. We've got a few pages to work with, so yay. So, in case you're wondering where things have been left off, I have up to chapter 12 written in here. According to my outline, I had 35 chapters written. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. Yesterday was Saturday and I got 9,000 words written in, and today is Sunday and I got 2,000 words written, and we're kind of sort of on track with the goals, so yay. Normally I'd care about how messy the background is, but I don't care right now because it's Saturday and my car is broken. My car is very broken. So real quick, word count update. It's been a week since I started doing my crazy writing. I'm up to like 17,000 words, which is great, but I wanted to be like, I think to like 20 something thousand words, and it's Saturday and I haven't done any writing today, but I have a bad feeling I won't get any writing done today because I'm on the way to drop my car off at the dealership. And last night, which was Friday, when I got out of work at 4:30, or I should say all week, I've noticed the steering on my car hasn't been great, and I'm not going to go into the details of it because I really don't care, but all you guys need to know is that when I went to go leave work on Friday, my steering wheel was completely locked up, would not turn at all. So basically, I called my husband and he was like, okay, I'll come pick you up, I'll try to fix it, and if we can't, we'll tow it home. And then I managed to lock my keys in the car, and that's the only set of keys we were given, and we are having a hard time getting it unlocked just because the way Ford designs their cars. And so now my car is completely locked with my wallet and keys in there, and now it's on the back of a flatbed truck, which took I don't know how many hours. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you were there for the whole thing. It was a shit show. So I got out of work at 4:30 and didn't get home till like 10:15 p.m. Okay, that's okay, son, I didn't need that lighting. But basically now I'm really frustrated because this car's been awesome. And I mean that in the most sarcastic way possible because I've already had to replace the transmission on it, and it's a 2016 car, so this shouldn't be an issue. But the transmission, the dealership paid for most of it, and now hopefully they'll pay for this because and I can't even concentrate on writing because of all of this going on. And now we're just waiting for a friend to get here so he can drive the car to the dealership, and so we can argue with the dealership as to why the steering column is all sorts of f***ed up. And it's been an issue with Ford cars since 2002, so we're gonna try our best to fight for this and not have to pay for it, but who knows what'll happen. They'll probably try to blame us. Basically, I just have a really big headache and I have a lot of stuff to do, and I can't do any of it because we have to do all this car stuff. But basically, I anticipate not having a car next week, which means me and Phil are gonna have to move our schedule a little bit so I can drive him to work, drop him off at work, then go to my job, and then go back to his work to pick him up and then bring him home. That way, so we don't have to get a rental car. Unless the dealership is nice enough and gives us a rental car, then that'd be great. But I'd really rather not spend the money for a rental car because this is probably gonna cost a lot anyways. But besides that, the writing hasn't been going bad. There were up until this point, I was only behind by 3,000 words, which wasn't like terrible. And I was gonna make that up yesterday, which was Friday, because I had written like 3,000-ish words before work during like my lunch break, and then I planned on writing 3,000 more words when I got home. Obviously that didn't happen due to this whole fiasco. And then today I was like, oh, I was only supposed to write 1,000 words today because today is like me and Phil's date night. We were gonna like go to Monster Jam. We have tickets to go to that, which hopefully we'll still be able to. But because of all that, I won't have time to write. But tomorrow is a 10K day, and I'm hoping all of this is settled enough so I can just focus on writing, and my brain hurts and I just feel like screaming. Why does all this have to happen all at once? good. I was really worried you guys wouldn't see the cat tower in the background there. Alrighty, it's Sunday. It's another 10K day because, you know, why not do 2 10K days, 2 weekends in a row? Oh my god, I'm so tired. So I don't really have an update on my car in case you guys were wondering. Dropped it off at the dealership. Kind of pointed out some flaws on their end, and they didn't really say anything because I'm pretty sure they know that it's on them, not on me. So my car's there. I don't have a car for probably the next week, so gonna carpool to work because that's fun. And I didn't quite anticipate how tired I would be just from, you know, crying for the past 2 days straight. And yeah, so I'm tired today. I've gotten maybe 1,000 words written and it's like 2 p.m. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but I did realize for 10K days I function much better when I get all my major to-dos done right away. So for example, I started off today by going to the gym because I really just needed to go to the gym and let out some anger. And then second of all, on my way home from the gym, I always go grocery shopping for the entire week. So I got that done and out of the way. So now it's not like I'm thinking about it all day. Like, oh my god, I need to finish writing so I can go grocery shopping. Like, it's already done. I do have some other things I need to do today. Like, eventually I want to go and sit down and plan out all my content for, like, the entire week, but that doesn't tend to take too long. That tends to take about an hour, so if I feel like I need a break from writing, I might do that. But ideally, I would like to just sit down and write now. And I tuned in with Brooke. She had a live stream with, you know, on her channel with Becca C. Smith and Kate Kavanaugh, and they were doing some sprints, and I joined in for a little bit. And I think I'm going to still join in because there's something that keeps you very much accountable when you watch writing sprints, and I feel like today especially I need it because I'm so tired. Like, that slight human interaction keeps me awake. So, otherwise, I actually caught myself starting to fall asleep in the middle of a sprint, and that was bad. So, now I'm just gonna write a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna hit the 10K today. I wanna hope so, because I'm definitely behind by 5K because of all the chaos that happened with my car. So yeah. If I get 10K today, I am still behind 5K for my goal for the entire month. So, yeah, we're just not gonna talk about Nothing quite like Adventures with Brooke. I haven't been vlogging a lot, and I haven't been vlogging a lot because I've been pretty miserable. On days like today, where I work from home, I normally start off my day by going to the gym in the morning. It wakes me up. It kind of tells my body, now we're waking up right now. And I can't do that because I don't have a car, and there's been a lot of appointments I have to cancel because I don't have a car. Like, now that I work from home without going to the gym, I'm just like, my body's all out of flux, and I don't know how to wake up. I'm feeling like I'm gonna fall asleep all day. And on top of that, my writing has suffered tremendously. So, for example, this past Sunday was a 10K writing day for me. It was my second 10K writing day because you guys also know I'm basically planning on doing a 10K writing day every single weekend. I don't know if that's gonna happen now because this past one didn't go too well. And the good news is I've caught up tremendously in my writing. So I'm almost up to where I had left off when this novel got deleted. So that's great. The bad news is because of that, now the writing is getting harder because even though I still have an outline, it's not like I've written the scene before and I know step by step what's going to happen. In the scenes that I have written so far, even though I've written them so fast, I don't feel like they're worse. I do actually feel like they're better than the previous scenes I had. I feel like they're more dynamic. The characters are more dynamic. There's going to be probably less editing that will be needed for those scenes. But so yeah, back to the 10K day on Sunday. Only wrote 2,492 words, even though I literally spent the entire day trying to write. But because the day before I had gone to the dealership and dropped my car off at the dealership and had like a huge argument with them, I wouldn't say argument, it was annoying because we knew it was their fault and they were refusing to own up to it. And I was just stressed. And so the way my body responds to anxiety is that my brain goes into a blender. And for you guys already know this if you watched my writing streams for the 10K day I was kind of explaining that when I have like anxiety attacks, if we want to call it that, it's not like my mind is going a mile a minute. My mind takes all my little thoughts and it's put into a blender, and then I don't even like, so when people are like, what's wrong? I can't give you an answer because I can't identify what's going on, because I can't identify what my head is even thinking at that moment. It's more a physical response to me. I get super, super dizzy. I get really, really exhausted. It's not a pleasant feeling, and that's kind of what I've been feeling ever since that happened with my car. And I don't think it was just the fact that it's my car. I think it's the fact that I have, the fact that I had everything deleted. I'm still working with my cover design clients to make sure I don't miss stuff with them. I am still trying to write this book and trying to meet this deadline, which I just realized is a lot sooner than I thought it was, because I got an email yesterday from the writing summit that I'm going on that I am being matched up with my mentor, and my mentor is going to want the manuscript ahead of time so they can read it. And I don't know why this never occurred to me that they would want it ahead of time. But all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, they need this right now. And my book is 55,000 words right now. So I'm about 25,000 words less than what I wanted to be before I handed this in. And not to mention the fact that there are still like fillers in this manuscript. And by fillers, I mean when I can't think of something and I know a scene needs to happen, but I just don't feel like writing it in that moment, but I know exactly what the scene is, I literally just will put either bullets of what that scene is, or just put, in all caps, put dramatic scene here, and then I move on. And another thing I do is if I can't think of a character's name, or if a character already has a name but I can't remember what the character's name is, I just put an X so I can still be in the moment of that scene and continue writing that scene, but don't have to worry about stopping and finding out what the character's name is. I just want to be in the flow, and I do that a lot. And now, so basically right now, I'm gonna go through the manuscript and find all that filler stuff, at least the X's, and replace the X's with the actual character names. I don't know if I'll be able to replace all the filler scenes. I honestly don't know if it would even be worth it. I am so incredibly frustrated right now, and I feel like every time I get like closer to what I'm trying to do, I am sick of every time I go to sit down and write, and then I get a phone call from either my husband or the dealership or Ford themselves just talking about the car, and then it brings me all back to it, and then I get annoyed and I get anxious again, and then I can't write. So basically, even though I didn't write 10K on Sunday, I had made a plan to make up for those words throughout the week, which meant instead of writing 2,000 words a day, I basically had to write 3,500 words a day. But it's not going well. So February 10th, I wrote 272 words. February 11th, I wrote 1,551 words. Yesterday, I wrote 964 words, and today I haven't written anything, but I'm hoping to change that and maybe at least a little bit catch up. But now I'm also in this phase of, do I bother keep writing, or do I go back and do I edit what's already there so they have at least a better quality of what's there? But even then, there's no way I can edit this entire 55,000 word manuscript to be something even halfway decent. So I'm just over here like, what am I doing? And not even on top of all that, I had another project that I've been working on. And if you're a patron on Patreon, you know what this project is. It's a whole nother book, and I was supposed to be working on it this month because I plan on revealing it to you guys next month, but now I'm like, why bother revealing it if I haven't gotten any farther, because there's no point in talking about it if I'm gonna miss deadlines. And now I'm annoyed, I'm pissed off, and I am so just freaking tired. This has not been a good month for me. I'm gonna go as far as to say that. Well, it's not been a good year so far, because it was the end of January where things started to go wrong, and then February things continued to go wrong, and I'm trying to stay positive. I feel like I've done a pretty good job trying to stay positive. But it's really hard, because basically every time I've driven home from work this week, I feel like crying, because I'm just exhausted. And every time I go to work, I feel like crying, because I'm just exhausted. Like, it's not even a game. Before I thought I was playing a game of catch up. Now I'm playing a game of do not drown, and I feel like I'm drowning. But to look at the bright side of things, since this week, I've been so kind of hard on myself for falling behind and missing word count goals and all that. What I did do was I went into my Excel sheet where I'm tracking all my word counts, and I figured out how much I've written since February 1st. Today is February 13th, so I want to say we're going to count for the past 12 days. How much have I written in the past 12 days total, since I haven't sat down to write yet today? So in the past 12 days, I've written 24,040 words, which I'm going to do the math on that real quickly because I actually haven't done that yet. Means I wrote about 2,003 words a day, which I was hoping once I did the math, I'd be like, oh, that's really good, but like, 2,000 words a day was my goal, on top of 10,000 words every weekend. So, yeah. I'm about 15,000 words behind, I think. Probably a little bit more than that now. Ooh, this is gonna be a long writing vlog. I'm sorry, guys. So yesterday was Saturday. I spent my entire day at a book signing because it took 2.5 hours to drive there, 2.5 hours to drive back, and it was a 7-hour event total plus setup and takedown, which basically means I spent my whole day doing that. Now it's Sunday, and I'm supposed to be writing 10,000 words today. But because I spent Saturday doing just a book signing, everything that I was supposed to get done Saturday, I now have to do today. And it's almost 2 o'clock and I haven't written a word, and I still have to do a few things like laundry. I fly out on Friday, and then I have a cruise on Saturday, the one that I've been telling you guys about, so I have to make sure I give them all my information and that they don't like decline my passport or something. So I have to do that now, and I have to ship out the 10K writing challenge pins and do some cover design, client stuff, and then there's more things that I have to do. Oh, I have to do like my weekly content planning. I'm sure I'll get some writing done. Oh, I remember what the big thing is. So I did end up submitting my manuscript to my mentor. So I just kind of made a note for her being like, hey, I only have Act 1 and Act 2 are in. This is the first draft. Act 3 is not written, but I know how it's going to end. So I sent that, and then like the next day got an email that's like a zip file of everyone's manuscripts. So mine and everyone else's. I didn't know that everyone else would be reading mine. This is not a manuscript that's ready for like critique partners yet. So this makes me uncomfortable. But it'll make the book better. That's all that matters. They're editing the first draft, but whatever. So not only are people seeing my manuscript, but I'm seeing their manuscripts. And we have instructions to read at least the first 30 pages of everyone's manuscripts or screenplays or whatever by the time we go on the cruise. And I don't have time for that. So I'm thinking I have to ditch today's 10K day and make it a read everyone's manuscript day, and maybe at least write 1,000 words so I feel like I accomplished something. So basically I think what's happening from this point out, because I'm so stressed on every level, is that I'm no longer going to be making my goal of finishing the first draft before I go on this cruise. I'm just gonna have a goal to write a little bit every day, like a goal of writing at least like 1,000 words a day. That way I feel like I do something. I'm not gonna keep vlogging for the rest of the week, but I will tune in at the very end just to tell you what my final word count was, and then, you know, talk about how much I actually did get done in the 3 weeks I had. But I'm still proud of myself for what I did accomplish. I think if the car hadn't completely ruined everything, I'd be a lot closer to my goal than I am right now. But it is what it is, and we just gotta roll with it. I am going to wrap up this vlog. I'm going to let you guys how much I actually did end up writing, what that means, blah, blah, blah. I haven't written the past 2 days just because my schedule approaching when I leave for Florida, which is now tomorrow, is getting crazy. So tonight was supposed to be the AuthorTube write-in. Can't do it anymore, even though I was supposed to be the one who was supposed to host it. I can't do it because I have to get dropped off at my parents' house because I still don't have a car. Originally, I was just going to drive to my parents' house Friday morning and catch my flight with my mom in the morning. Now, Phil's dropping me off at my parents' house as soon as he gets out of work today, so for that reason, I will be driving when the write-in was supposed to be happening. So, yeah. So the time I was supposed to be writing today is now no longer happening. It's in the morning. I'm gonna start my shift for work in about 10 minutes because I'm working from home today, but I also have to pack and do some other things. So yeah, no writing today, no writing yesterday, just because I was trying to get some final to-dos done so I can have everything wrapped up so I don't have to worry about stuff when I'm gone all next week on my cruise. There will be a vlog about that, so stay tuned, but there will also be like an exclusive vlog on my Patreon page where I vlog just the first day and give like a tour of the ship just on Patreon. So if you want to see that, join the Vlogger Club tier on Patreon. By the time you watch this, it should actually already be up, so yeah. Let's see, what did I write? So, I wrote about 30,000 words, like just under 30,000 words. That means that my manuscript is at 60,250 words, and in case you were wondering, where does that leave me in my manuscript? So, basically, I'm at the very start of Act 3 in my manuscript. And that also means that I'm basically where I left off when my hard drive got deleted. So for those of you who are wondering, I actually did finish writing the first draft of this book once upon a time, but then I talked to a lawyer and realized I had to, I talked to a lawyer. My great uncle is a lawyer, and he's worked in cases that are similar to the case that I'm writing about in my book. So I asked him for advice, what was realistic, what wasn't realistic, and basically realized the whole third act of my book was not like factual. So I was like, oops. So now I have to go back and technically rewrite it. I am where I left off now when I stopped writing, more or less. Technically, I'm caught up, like, word count-wise where I was left off, but I'm not quite as far story-wise. Like, I'm just now approaching where I had left off, maybe like a scene or two behind, and that's because before, the version of the book that I had before, there wasn't as much detail. This time I threw in a lot more detail, and the scenes I wrote I felt were a lot better, which I'm super excited about because that at least makes it feel like this was worth it. Definitely bummed that the first draft isn't done because the whole plan was to have this first draft written, then to go on this cruise / writing retreat, work with my mentor to find out what is wrong with my first draft, and then do the edits for that afterwards. But now it's like, I'm probably gonna take notes on what my mentor says, but finish writing the first draft before I go back and edit that. But I don't know, we'll see what the notes are and what I feel like I need to change. If it might be beneficial for me to make the changes before I finish writing Act 3, but we'll see. I know how the book is gonna end. It's just, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of scene with lawyers, and for those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a murder mystery, so it's all about how do I handle that, how do I make it factual, and I just don't want to mess anything up. And basically whenever I think about it, it just feels very technical to write and not fun to write. Like, I know as a reader, this is like gonna be the peak of the story. Of course, it should be, it's Act 3. But as a writer, I'm just like, I don't wanna mess this up. I don't feel like doing it, so I've been avoiding it. But yeah, so basically I have more or less 20,000 words to go before this is all said and done. I've been using the beat sheets for Save the Cat to follow my book, and so far it's like following the beat sheet to the T, which makes me super excited. But I'm just gonna wrap this up because I have a fear that this is gonna be over a half-hour long vlog. But if it is that long, and if you've stayed this entire time to watch me lose my sanity, then let me know in the comments down below. But you will also notice I'm a little bit in a better mood now because I actually have done a lot of writing this month, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I also know that tomorrow I'm going to Florida, so I don't feel like stressing out anymore. For those of you who are wondering about my car, I still don't have it. I haven't had it for the past 2 weeks. And basically I still have no results on it. Ford is only willing to pay $300 of the $2,000 damages, so we are still fighting with them. We filed a lot of claims through a lot of different places. Basically, my recommendation is never buy a Ford, so I know I won't be after this. This is definitely the most intense writing vlog I've ever done, although I feel like I did a pretty sucky job of actually vlogging it. Who knows what I'll find when I edit this video. The next time you guys get a video from me, it will actually be a vlog of when I'm on the cruise, so it will be a lot more exciting than this.